Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we're on our way right now to Flagpole Knob in Virginia, George Washington National Forest. I'm still conflicted on whether I want to go to the level 4 trail or the level 2. I really think we can do a level 4 trail, but I don't have anyone else with me. It's just me and Jessa. So if in the case I do get stuck, it's just me and Jessa. I don't have a winch, I don't have a come along, or anything like that, but I really don't think we'd get stuck. I've watched a lot of vehicles make it through stock. I think mainly is just pinstriping that I'm worried about, which I brought some cutters, so if I need to cut my way down to the trail, I can actually do that. So it is about three hours and some change away from us, and we're on the highway now. We're still showing about 2.5 hours until we're there. So it's going to be a little bit of a drive, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. I have my Harbor Freight air compressor that I brought with me, so we can air down if we need to, put her in 4-wheel drive, and I removed my steps, which we'll show you once we get to the trailhead. So we're going to go to the Union Springs trailhead, see how it is, see if anyone else is there, and we're just going to go from there. You know, all you can do is give it a go, right? Full send. As long as I just don't scratch the truck. That's all I'm worried about. I just don't want to scratch the truck. So that's where we're heading, and we'll see you there soon. Hey guys, so we're still heading there. We're currently at 3,100 feet in elevation. This is the overlanding mode that the Chevy Colorados have, which is really, really cool. Kind of gives us an idea of where we're at. It gives us our pitch and roll here, and then if you do go to Baja, it tells you our steering angle and transfer case and all that stuff, which is really awesome. But we are more interested to see how high we're going, and we are actually pretty freaking high. Only seen a few cars so far, not a whole lot of off-road vehicles I've seen. I'm not sure if we're on the right track to the trail, so I guess we'll find out. It says at the end of this road, maybe where the trail starts. Maybe the trail goes maybe down and up. I'm not sure. I feel like we're pretty high. So first time here though.
4 miles.
Yeah, we still have 4 miles so on the mountain. We're going up the mountain, so
yeah.
We'll get back to you when we get there, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Very easy.
Yeah.
No, babe, No effort.
But it's kind of steep a little bit.
No effort.
Yeah.
4 low off-road mode.
4 low off-road mode.
It's slowing me down for me. Wow, that's impressive. It climbed up that with no problem.
Nice.
Hang on, babe.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, stay there. Careful. Wow.
Eight rounds in the 45, it go down. 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Yeah. 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Yeah. Look, I was passing aggression, passive aggressiveness. I left him hanging like loose ties as loose ties. Either not, he begging to go or not. Depends on the situation. He going up like inflation. Fuck all the haters that said that he couldn't make it. My brother drowned in the lake. How could all you people mistake it? He fought hard for what he had. Murderers holding guns. You worried about all the extra till water gets in your lungs, nigga. Hey, how could you do this shit? How could you do this when you know I'm going through this shit? Real shit, G shit, I really do this shit. I ain't about it, but you know I'm walking through this shit. Look, 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Look, 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Look, 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Yeah, 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Yeah, 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Yeah, 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. 8 rounds in the 45, it go down, yeah. Look, fuck, I ran, I hit the dealer. Serving Coke 45 at the bleachers. About to follow for a follow, I'm the leader. Hit the bitch, then I pass, I don't need her. But don't call Peter. Like the Griffins with the lowest with the Peter.
Check out, look at my back. It's squatting.
Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's crazy.
I know I'm teetering.
Oh gosh. Nice.
Hey, that's that.
Huh?
That G80 locker right there, not abrupt for that time, 4 low, off-road mode. That was smooth, smooth. Just crawling, just a crawling. Watch from the rear, babe. This one here.
Oh, wow.
Hey everybody, so I wanted to do a detailed review about the trail. So we originally were going to go to Union Springs up here in the George Washington National Forest. Well, my route ended up taking me, and it was probably my fault because I put in Flagpole, so Onyx Maps gave me the route to Flagpole, and then I put in Union Springs. So it took me from Flagpole to Union Springs versus Union Springs to Flagpole. Long story short, we made it about 3 miles into Union Springs and we're thinking like, this isn't probably the right way. So we ended up turning around and making it to Flagpole. But more so on how the truck performed, I was very impressed. So first off, I got no pinstriping. Yes, I did brush up against brush, but no pinstriping. You know, I do use a ceramic spray. Every time I wash this, I use a ceramic spray on it, and it may just be a placebo, but it works. Even with the brush brushing up against it, I have 0 scratches. The silver metallic gray, or I forget the color, sorry guys, silver metallic something, you know, it does a really good job at hiding some of those scratches. So either way, how did it do? The truck did absolutely amazing. I did a lot of the trail in 2-wheel drive, and it did well. The G80 locker performed extremely well. So on some of those obstacles, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but they're very steep. I'd say maybe 40 degrees, but they were very steep. I had to have my wife. I had Jess and my wife get in the vehicle and like just feel how steep this is, because you know we were on a complete grade, but the 4 low is phenomenal. It almost feels like that the rear end locks in 4 low when you put it in. So when we went down into Union Springs, I mean, it was rocky. There were good, you know, good edges, cliff, like little rock edges and everything. And that 4 low did outstanding. Virtually no wheel spin at all. You'll see a couple times where my wheel spun a little bit, but it actually performed extremely well. Performed well in the trails. aired down my tires to about 15 psi. And that worked really well. It kind of smoothed the ride out and gave me a little extra grip. But I did most of the trail in 45 psi, which was a mistake on my part. I was too lazy to go down and take my key and you know, air it down because I don't have one of those little tools. Luckily, I met a guy on the trail and it's like, hey, you want to use my tool? And put him on all 4 tires, and it was like those auto stop deflators. But the truck did awesome. Some of it I did in 4 low, but most of the obstacles I wanted to do most of the obstacles you could do in 4 high if you wanted to, but prefer 4 low for that extra torque. And it did phenomenally well. I do like to stay out of the mud. That's just how I am. Sorry, y'all, if you wanted to see me mudding, I'm not going to go mudding with it. But I really like it to crawl. And again, I'm just really impressed with the way it worked, the way the G80 did. It did not abruptly hit me, you know, like that abrupt hit. It was none of that, which was really, really nice. So overall, we are going to go to Union Springs and go to Flagpole and camp in September. So definitely stay tuned for that video. But as far as flexation, flexing, you know, with that independent front, no issues. There was a couple times I was up on 3 wheels. I could feel it, and Jessa probably got it on camera. But other than that, it still performed perfect. It did not stop. It did not spin. It wasn't like I was, you know, having to, you know, go back and forth or anything. Nothing ever occurred like that. And some of those obstacles, you know, from the camera, it doesn't look like they're steep, but some of those divots in the road, I mean, they were pretty big, you know, as far as like you have to run down them and run back up them. And that truck just flexed out, even with the independent front suspension. You know, if you have a solid axle, it can you can just go like this, right? But with this one, it was literally doing work. You hear a couple snip snaps in the video, and that's the leaf springs in the rear, you know, moving around, doing its job. But overall, it was extremely fun. 0 issues with the truck. Overlanding mode worked great. I did lose my terrain mode, and I believe that was because I lost service. Once my service came back on my phone, the terrain mode reset itself, which I'm not sure why I did that, but it did. The truck performed outstanding, never got too hot, never everything. I mean, just like a perfect day, and that's what we got. We got a good video out of it. It was really fun. A couple hours away, George Washington National Forest, and Flagpole Knob is where we went. We headed into Union Springs. We had to backtrack because we're like, I don't think we're in the right area, so we backtracked out, met some cool people, and the 4-wheel drive scene is awesome. We did make a new Instagram just to do our 4-wheel drive. We'll link that in the description so y'all can check that out. We're gonna go ahead and put all our adventure stuff there. Can't wait for a lift to come out. Definitely need a lift on this thing just to make it a little more, a little higher ground clearance. But I had no issues with ground clearance, 0 issues. Even with some of the crazy articulation, we had no issues. But thanks for watching. If you have a Chevy and you have a problem, I'm so sorry. This thing is at 2,700 miles now, 0 issues. Just I can't say enough. It did great, much better than I was expecting. Even some people are like, is that a Tacoma? I'm like, no, it's a Chevy Colorado, man. And I've got probably twice your horsepower and twice your torque. All right, y'all, see ya.